One of the main features of page formatting in any word processor is the presence or absence of headers and footers at the top and bottom of each page. Headers and footers are useful because they appear the same on each document with slight changes, one of the most important of which is page numbers vary from page to page. We can also change chapter titles, section headers, and various other things can be changed, but mainly they're much the same from page to page. By putting them in a header or a footer, we avoid having to retype them, and we allow ourselves to use the automatic page breaks that our word processor inserts instead of having to manage all of our page breaks manually. So in this short video, I'll show you how to put a footer containing page numbers on this long document we're working with. On the Insert menu, choose Footer. When you choose Footer, you see you have a choice. You can choose a footer for all pages, for just the pages with the default style applied, or for just the first page. I'm going to choose the default page styles. When I do that, the cursor moves to a default page, and this small gray outlined box turns up at the bottom of the page, and I can put in a footer. Let me zoom in so you can see. All right. First of all, I want to point out to you that there is automatically a center tab and a right tab inserted into every footer or header before you even begin to format it. So I'm going to press tab to move to the center and type the word page followed by a space. Now I want to put in the page number. Of course, I can't just type the page number because I want it to change as the page number in the document changes. That is, I want it to be flexible with the editing that might go on. So I'm going to choose Insert, and I'm going to choose Field. A field is just a little piece of programming code that goes into the document. And I'm going to choose the field for page number. You'll notice there's quite a few other possibilities. Now the number 2 appears on the document highlighted in gray, and that gray highlight just indicates that it is a field rather than a character. I'm going to press the space bar and type of followed by another space, and now I'm going to come back to Insert Fields, and this time I'm going to choose Page Count. Now I have a footer on the page that says this is page 2 of a total of 5 pages. Just to show you a little more detail about those field codes, if I go to the View menu, if you choose to view field names, then you see that the name given to the fields are shown instead of the data generated by that field. If you should see that, then you know that you just need to come here and choose deselect Show Field Names. Let's go to Print Preview. And what I want you to notice particularly is that there is no footer on page 1. That's because that page has the first page style applied to it, and we only inserted footers on the default styles. Let me zoom in so you can see, and you see this says page 2 of 5, down here page 3 of 5, page 4 of 5, and page 5. There's no numbering on the first page, but the page numbers do increment to allow for the fact that it is in fact the second page of the document. If you want to edit a header or footer, simply move to the location of one of the headers or footers on the page style you're working with and click in the little footer box or header box to edit it. For this, I want to put a border on it. So we'll come to Format, Paragraph, and we'll choose Borders, and I want a top border, and I'll make it a fairly thick line so it's noticeable, and I'll make it red because I like red, and we'll click OK. And now if we go to Print Preview, we'll see that all of the footers have a red top border. I actually like this style of footers. I think it offsets it from the text of the report very nicely, makes it clear that it's a separate piece of information. If you try to insert, go here to edit you will lose the footers. If I choose default again, it says you will delete the contents. So you just don't want to do that, so just cancel out. If you want to change the number format that's shown in your headers and footers, simply move to one of the pages that you're going to work with. Here we are on a default page, and from the format menu, choose page. First of all, make sure you are working with the page style you think you are. I want to be on the default page, so that's excellent. Now click the Page tab, and in the Layout Settings section, choose the new number format. Let's put Roman numerals on. We wouldn't typically use Roman numerals for the body, but just for the point of demonstrating it. And now you see we have Roman numerals. This is the document we've been working with. As you can see, I've put the numbers back to standard numerals from Roman numerals. And I want to show you how to begin this numbering at page 1 instead of page 2. It is the second page of the writer document, but it's only the first page of our report, so we want this to say page 1 instead of page 2. So I'm going to scroll up to the top of the page where we want the page numbering to change. It's not terrifically intuitive, but this is how it works. Come to the Format menu and choose Format Paragraph. And under the Breaks section on the Text Flow tab, you're going to click With Page Style and set the beginning number to 1. Click OK, and we'll scroll down, and you'll see it now says page 1, but it says page 1 of 6 instead of page 1 of 5, and let me show you what's happened. You'll see that Writer has inserted a blank page. This happens whenever you reset the numbering to start to an odd number. We're going to fix this later, so not to worry about it. The numbering is correct. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, though, it seems that we have 6 pages, but we have that inserted blank page moving us up to 6 instead of 5. That's fine.